In the previous exercise, I showed you how an end user can go and view the reports that you included in your Power Pivot model online. But suppose that your coworkers want to create their own interactive reports from the Power Pivot model. And suppose that they don't have Excel 2010, so downloading the Power Pivot model to their machine and making changes to your report is not an option. Or they may not have the security rights to download the Power Pivot model locally. Luckily, SharePoint supports other options for creating reports from published Power Pivot models. And in this exercise, I'm going to show you how an end user can use Excel 2007 or 2010 to connect to the published model and creating a interactive pivot report, just like they can do when they connect to a multi-dimensional cube. So I'm back to the Power Pivot gallery. If I hover on top of the AdventureWorks model, I see a set of icons here, and one of them is Open New Excel Workbook. Use this option when you want to open Excel on your desktop and connect to the AdventureWorks Power Pivot model so you can create your own reports. Let's go and click on this icon and click Open on the prompt, on the security prompt that follows, and then Enable. If your model has perspectives, then the user has to select which perspective they want to work with, or they can select the entire cube. And now Excel is going to create an empty pivot table report, and it's going to show the pivot table field list. Now, note that this is not the Power Pivot field list. This is the pivot table field list, which is the same list that you're going to get if you connect to a multi-dimensional cube. So Excel thinks that we are connecting to a cube because the Power Pivot model is exposed to Excel as a cube, and the metadata of the model is exposed as measures and dimensions. So from this point, creating a interactive report is nothing that you haven't seen so far. You just have to specify which fields you want on the report and on which zone you want these fields actually to be put. So for example, if I want to slice the ship sales amount for internet sales by a calendar year maybe, and product category, I can do this by just clicking the corresponding hierarchies and fields in the pivot table field list, and I can drill down to slice and dice the data the way I want. Again, the way this works is that Excel's, when we clicked on this icon and when Excel starts, it establishes a connection to the Power Pivot model deployed to SharePoint. And to see that, you can click on the Data menu, then Connections, and then in the connection properties you will see that the data source is set up to the location of the Power Pivot model on the server. So once I'm done with my report, now I can save my workbook to SharePoint to make it available for my coworkers to see. And if they're interested in my report, they can go to wherever I saved that report on SharePoint, they can click the workbook, and then they can see my pivot table report online, just like they can do that with Power Pivot reports.